See this little toiletry bag right here, this tiny little bag? This is all I need for a week of travel. Well, at least that's what I thought until I started packing, and then I realized that this will last me 2 full weeks, if not longer. So come with me. I'm going to show you everything that I put inside, how I pack all of the items to fit all of my makeup, all of my shampoo, my conditioner, my everything that's toiletry based goes right inside this little tiny bag. So I have spent a lot of years perfecting my tiny toiletry bag. Now this will be for a 1-week trip, and all of the items that I'm showing on here would actually last me a lot longer, but that's how long my trip is. So I'm telling you that for sure this would last you a week. Let me show you the bag. First of all, it's tiny. See, it's like the size of my hand. It's really, really small. It's got a nice base on the bottom, and I did an entire video on this bag set. It actually comes in a variety of different colors. The black one, there's a blue one, a yellow one, pink one. Anyway, there's a bunch of colors. And so I'll link to the video. It should be up there so you can see that whole video, but they're really, really terrific bags. But I'm going to show you how I can use this bag for all of my toiletries for an entire week. Okay, first of all, we're going to start off with deodorant. And let me tell you, this is perhaps the world's smallest deodorant. And this is from Native. I don't know if that'll focus in on, but you can see this is just tiny, little tiny stick. I think that it goes down about that far in the container, and this will last you. This will actually last you for 2 weeks. I can tell you that right now, 2 weeks for sure. And they have different flavors. This one's a coconut and vanilla. There's also a peach, and I think those are the two. And the little tiny ones, you can buy these from Amazon. You can also probably find these at Walmart. And they're just really lovely because they're so small. I've never seen anything this small before. I would say the next smallest ones up would be probably twice this size. So anyway, I really love these. Let's put that inside first. Okay. Our next thing that we have is this is just my makeup. Okay. So you have your own compact, ladies. This is my eyeshadow and the little thing for it. I actually have to keep it in this grody old plastic bag. It's actually the bag that this came in, but the reason why I do is because my compact case is broken and I don't want to get the makeup powder all over the place. So I just kind of close that up. So this is my eyeshadow. So I'm going to slide this in right now. Now we're going to go on to face cream. So this is a foundation cream. This is the original bottle that it comes in, and I get it down to this size right here. And this size will easily last me a couple weeks. So what I do is I just, open it up, these tiny jars. I'll give a link for these. They're wonderful. But I can mark on this actually because I have a lot of these jars. So maybe I'll just put foundation, and I'll just write the word foundation in a Sharpie, and I'll put a piece of plastic over the top, like plastic packing tape, and put that over the top, and then it'll make it so that won't smear off, because even though it's a Sharpie and it's permanent marker, any of these items could potentially have a slight bit of oil to them, and so that'll make it so this will just rub right off. So if the plastic, the tape, I keep on saying plastic, and I mean the tape, the packing tape, will eliminate that from happening. So anyway, so I just lower that down. Sorry, I just bumped my camera. Apologies for that. I'm kind of doing this in a tight space because I want to be able to have this close enough for you, but hopefully it's in focus. Anyway, so that's what I do for my foundation cream. And then to put that on my face, I just use the little pad right here. And that's what I use to apply it. And then I actually, for this week, I think I'd be okay. But if I was doing it for anything longer than a week, I would wash this out maybe after several days, and I would let it dry, and then I would have a clean one before I started using it again. That's just to avoid putting too much bacteria into your skin. And if you use this over and over again, you're just going to put bacteria into your makeup, and they'll just be scrubbing it into your skin. So it's kind of gross. Anyway, I just put this right in here. And if you're worried after it has the foundation on it, I actually would put it inside that plastic with the eyeshadow so that I don't get the foundation on any of my other items. So that's that. Now this is my face powder. It comes in this giant jar, and I got it down into this small one. This will last me weeks and weeks. This, you just don't need as much as you think you do. And I think that's the biggest lesson that I've learned as I've tried to minimalize my pack, is that you think that you need a certain amount, but you really don't. I mean, this will last you for a really long time. So face powder, this goes inside here as well. And then this is my brush for my face powder. And I actually am going to look for something smaller. I don't like how big this is. It's not necessary. But as of yet, I haven't been able to find a smaller one. But when I do, that'll take up less space in the bag. So then we've got that. Let me show you the other things that I have. Okay, this is my lotion. This is my body lotion. It's just a lotion bar. And it's just like this. It's lovely. I've shown this on several of my other videos, but I just absolutely love it. It just has a nice
a nice, it's almost, I want to say it's probably slightly oily at first, but it really absorbs into your skin really nice. And so, and you can rub this, everywhere, like on your legs, your arms, wherever. I don't use this on my face, but I suppose you could if you really wanted to. But what I've done is I've also put it into the little container. This needs to be marked. So I actually, because I just have them all the same color. I mean, I know that's the powder, but this definitely needs to be marked. So I'm actually going to mark it right now. This one is going to be marked with an L for lotion. Lotion right there. And then I don't have the packing tape with me, but I would just put that packing tape on. My hands are really oily, so I don't want to touch that because it'll push off that L. It will just smear it right off. So I'm just going to stick it inside just like that. Now we got the lotion. That's lotion. Okay. So now we're going to we're going to move everything out of the way that I've already done. The place I'm going right now is actually going to have some mosquitoes because it's mosquito season. So I'm taking along these little moist towelettes that I've got off on them. And I've never used these before. So hopefully they are hopefully they're a good product, but I'm just going to slip these inside here. These are actually going to take up quite a bit more space than I anticipated, but I think it's going to be fine. So we don't have that much left to put inside. What we have next, these are my lotions for my face. This is just a product that I use. And so I'm going to put these both inside here. These little tiny ones are for night lotions. Then this is my sunscreen, and for a week, this is for my face. For a week, this is ample. I would also actually take another one of these. It's the same size, and I would take that for my body, but I'm not going to be really going any place that is going to be a lot of sun on my body because I'll have jackets on and stuff. So I'm really mainly worried about my face. So the face is right here, this 50 sunscreen in this tiny tube. Now, this is just a product that I use. It's an eye cream. It's just an oil-based eye cream. I really like that, and I use that all the time. So that's going in. Once again, the tiny jar. It was, moved down from that size right there to that little size. Okay, so where I'm going, I'm actually staying in hotels, and they will have shampoo and conditioner, but I tend to use my own. And body wash, I don't care. I'll use the body wash from the hotel. So I'm not taking body wash with me, but I am taking my shampoo and conditioner. The conditioner, I use bars, and so I'm going to show you. I used to keep them in the plastic Ziploc bags, but I've decided that I don't really like that idea so much. So what I'm going to try for this trip is I'm going to try just putting them in these little organza bags. And I'm just going to show you that this is way more than I need for a week. I mean, this is like 2 or 3 weeks worth of conditioner, but we're just going to put it in there because I don't want to chop it down. I lost some of the piece right there. So that's my conditioner. Let me imagine that's like little tiny jar. Little tiny bag for my conditioner. And that's crazy. And I'm thinking there's a chance that I keep on bumping this. There's a chance I'm going to take out these off for right now. We'll maybe put them in at the end, but I just want to show how all of my actual toiletries will fit in here. Shampoo is the same thing. I'm going to take my shampoo bar out. This is more than I need for a week. So this is going to go in this purple one. So I know that the purple one is the shampoo and the pink one is the conditioner. So those are going to go inside there. Now we're going to put inside things are just popping out. So what we're going to do now is my razor. This is my razor, and it actually came in a little case, but I don't keep it in the case. I keep it in just one of these little bags, and the case is too bulky, and I don't need a case. So I'm just going to tie it off and put it inside the bag. I actually don't just put it in direct because I don't want this to cut my fingers, so it needs to be protected in some way. So I'm just going to slide this in. It's going to be a tight squeeze. So what I'm probably going to do is I'm probably going to keep my off out because this is something I wouldn't normally take with me. And I'm going to keep my toothbrush actually probably out, possibly. I might have to just restructure how I have this stuff in here and maybe it'll fit in better. But this right here obviously is my floss. We're going to slide this down in the bottom, down in here. And then I'm trying something new for this trip, guys. I've never used this before, but this is a tooth powder. So this instead of toothpaste, I'm taking this tooth powder. We're going to do this experiment. We'll see how it works, but I'm going to slide this in here. So now we are all done. And I put a T on there, obviously, for tooth powder. So we're going to slide this in here. We are all finished. So I'm just going to zip this bag up. Okay, those are all my little items. And I actually probably could have put my toothbrush right here. I actually use, let's try to get this in here a little bit better. That's a tight squeeze with everything. It's probably fine the way it is. I think the toothbrush can stay out because it's in its own little case. So I actually really like this because you hold it just like regular. It's not too small, but then it folds up. And so what I actually could probably do is maybe figure out a way. Is there a way to attach this in any way? I wonder if there's a way to do some kind of a DIY attachment to this toothbrush. I'm going to do an experiment really quick. Hold on. Okay, so I'm going to try this experiment. So what I did here is I have just a twist tie. It's just one of the ones that come like with electronic items. And I'm just going to slip this inside here like this. And I'm going to try to like push it to the side. And then when I'm using it, it'll work just fine to have that on there. But when I'm not using it, I'm just going to put it inside here like this. Let's close this off. And then I'm going to snap this in place, make sure it stays snapped. And then I'm just going to, the reason why I'm doing this is because I thought, well, since I can't fit it inside, I'm just going to twist tie it on to the outside of my bag so I don't lose it. So there it is. There's my toiletry bag. Hey there, it's Amy from the future, and I wanted to show you I actually made a slight adjustment to how I put that toothbrush on the outside of the bag. I did just twist tie it on the little key ring. I used a carabiner. Let me show you. So this is how I attached it. I actually put that little twist tie right on. I put it through the little holes actually. If you can see the holes on the little case, I stuck it through there. And then I twist tied it off really well. And then I just put that loop inside of a carabiner and then the carabiner inside of here. And the reason why this was really helpful is because then when I want to use it, I just take off the carabiner and I'm not having to untwist it every single time. I just open up the carabiner, take it off. When I'm done, I put it right back on. It's a really great system. The only thing I don't have inside of here is those off. But honestly, I wouldn't normally take these with me anyway. This is just for this one trip. So I'm just going to throw them in this little bag right here. Oh, I forgot one item. Actually, we're not quite done. Hold on. We need to back it up. Let me show you. I forgot one thing. It's my face wash. And that's actually no problem. These are, I think, oil of Olay. I'm going to look on the packaging again, but what's nice about these is this is everything all in one. I will put a little note on the screen so you can see all of the things that this actually has, but I know it's like their face wash and your toner and something else. It's like everything. And they actually work really good. So they're dry. And basically what you do is you just wet this and then you just wash your face and it really suds. Like it's crazy how much it suds. So honestly, I'm not going to say I need a full one of these every time I wash my face. I'm going to cut these in half and potentially you could almost cut them in fourths. Honestly, I really think you could do fourths and have plenty of soap. There was so much soap, it was ridiculous. So I'm actually going to do halves. And I think I'm just going to do halves for this trip. And then I will know for sure if I can cut them in fourths after I do the week trip, because then that just saves it. You could get 4 days out of one washcloth. So let's cut these up real quick. Don't want to take too many bags with me. So now this is my face wash, or I could just put these directly inside of here. Let's just slide them in here. I think they'll fit just fine, especially if I fold them up. Okay, it's just fine. We're going to put this down there. It'll actually close up just fine. Close. Oh, my lip gloss. That's the only one other thing I forgot. My lip gloss, let's put that in. I could actually keep the lip gloss in my purse, but for the sake of this, I want to show you that everything does fit. All this stuff fits really perfectly in there. That is my toiletry bag, guys. And see how small? That's everything. That's it. That is my toiletry kit for a full week's trip. And actually, honestly, this would be 2 weeks. I could do this for 2 weeks. Easy. Easy. Easy, easy. This is 2 weeks right here. 2 weeks toiletries. Isn't that awesome? And if I actually had to take a body bar with me, it would easily still fit. I could just shove the body bar in right here. And because there's still that space right there, I would just put the body bar in one of those organza bags like I showed you, and it'd go just right there. So this is fantastic. And actually what would even help is, like I told you, if I could get a smaller face powder brush, that would be even better, because then it would take up less space. But that's really quite impressive. Anyway, I just wanted to share with you my excitement of that, being able to have my toiletries for 1 or 2 weeks in that little tiny bag. It's amazing. I'm so happy with that. I can't even tell you. That's so cool.
So what do you think of this teeny tiny toiletry bag? Do you think that this is something that you could use? Do you think that you could actually get your toiletry kit down into this little tiny packet? Now, I would love to have your comments. Drop some comments in the comment section below. Let me know if this is something that you think that you could actually do, a challenge that you could actually challenge yourself to get your toiletries pared down to this teeny tiny bag. Or if you have some other ideas, like, I showed some different products that I use in here. Maybe you have some other ideas. Also, if you have a suggestion on a smaller powder brush, I would definitely appreciate that. Mine's way too big for this bag. I need something teeny tiny. So leave me some comments. Okay, I'll see you on the next video. Bye.